When many people see me today, they see the luxury, they see the lifestyle, and as a young person under 30, the stakes are very high. But I didn't just blow overnight. It was a long time coming. This is the Chronicles of EVERMARK. EVERMARK Homes and Properties actually started years ago when I was in the university. I'm the to-go person when it comes to helping students to actually rent hostels and then help them out in apartments back then in school. So that's actually the best of EVERMARK Homes and Properties. I was really damn broke back then in school, so I think that very day I was really hungry. I didn't eat throughout a particular 24 hours. Even though talk less of Gary, I couldn't have them back then in school. And then I called home, they said that there's no money at home, so just sort yourself out to. And then it was during new admission time, and I just got a call from one of my street brother at home. I said, bros, please, I actually want to get a house inside the campus. I said, wow, yes, that's what I do. I can help you get a house. Then I told him that the commission for agency is 2K. I said, oh, 2K is nothing. And he sent me the money right away. The 2K was like ₦1 million back then. So when I got the money, what I did first was I went to the market to get myself and fill my belly. I was like, when I came back, I helped the guy got the apartment. As a matter of fact, he told me that, bros, I want to paint. I said, I do that too. I'm into anything housing. So and he said, wow. And he paid me for that. So and I painted the house for him back then. So and I sat myself down after the incident, looking at the woeful stuff I'm having in my house, that this is fine. I can actually go into this full time. And at least I'll be able to at least foot my bills. But I could remember back then I even sent 1,000 around to one of my junior brother. I was like, wow, this actually works. Let me go deep into this, and then I believe at least I should be able to sort myself out with a lot of things here in doing what I was doing back then in the university. And I had a friend who had someone who wanted to buy a house in Lagos. Back then I was in somewhere in Ondo State, so she put a call through to me that someone also actually buy a house. I was like, wow, that's what I do. That they need a location in Lagos. Immediately, I took my bag. I had no one in Lagos. This same Lagos that I've built over 200 houses now at the moment. I had nobody here in Lagos back then, so I took my bag, called one of my old friends that we went to school together way back in the year 2010. So he told me that, okay, that he actually managed somewhere so that doesn't have a place. I'm coming to Lagos. I have a deal that I want to actually make. I want to sell a house to someone. Immediately I said the house. I'm going to get an apartment for myself, and then I started living in Lagos. I had it very clear in my mind, just like that, as if it's that easy. So I took my bag, landed Lagos with 2,000 naira 5 balance in my accounts at K2. The guy picked me up. I think he's going to be taking me to a very nice, at least face me and slap me house that's going to be at least touche like that we have where I actually grew up. I got there. In the night, I got to realize that we are 14 people that have been sleeping on the floor in the same room. I was wild for the very first time in Lagos. Ajegule Ikorodu to be precise. So back then I was like, wow, I had no option. I can't go back home because I was at the age of, I'm the only provider for the family. So I have to provide for my family. I was like, okay, well, let me make this deal work. After making the deal work, I'm going to rent an apartment for myself. So after some couple of days, the person I wanted to buy the house came. He said, wow, I like the place. Okay, I'm going to get back to you. We're going to make payment the third day. I was really very happy. So I took out the list. Okay, if he pays this amount, I'm going to get so amount commission. We went to look for a house back then. So my greatest disappointment, maybe the man is going to actually pick my call maybe tomorrow after this video. So I was left stranded in Lagos for a very long time. So I had a friend back then, the friend that actually came to Lagos through. So he's actually into plumbing. So back then, I'll follow him to do plumbing, and some of my couple of friends who are actually into building stuff, because that's what I had passion for. I followed them, and then back then, we used to only eat once. Back then, we eat only bread and beans, and then with a table water. But it's not even pure water back then. And then after eating the bread and beans, each and every one of us have a plastic water. We call it water bottle, like forever. So we now put enough water inside. As we're walking around the streets, we just be drinking the water so that we can be sustained throughout the whole day for 24 hours. So it was such a bad experience. So there was a day I called my friend. I said, please, I need a job. At least me too, I should be earning, even though it is 500 a day, I should be earning. And I said, okay, he's going to talk to someone. So the second day he told me that he got me a job to be a Baba Ijebu attendance under Bridge My 12. I said, wow. And he said, how much is the pay? He said 700. I said, that's fine. Wow, 700 is cool. At least I'll be able to afford a daily meal out of that money. So then I resumed the work then with this art bureau. So I'm really used to the art bureau under Bridge My 12. They know me very well. So back then I will played them games. So some of them will even dash me money, 100 naira. I use that to sort myself out. But I make sure back then I save 500 naira daily. Out of that 700 naira, I go on a tea fare of 100 naira daily. I spent only 100 naira daily on that out of that money. And then some of my friends who actually sought me out to at least, I use that to feed myself for the day. So I was able to actually save some money. So lo and behold, back then when I was working under the bridge, it seems the 3rd week. So I had someone that's actually been training me about how to join a real estate networking business, whereby when you sell land and houses in Lagos, you're actually going to get commission. I got to the person via online, and the person told me there's an opportunity somewhere that they are starting a real estate company. And I told them, I said, fine, I'll be very happy to join your company to work. And so I come around, that I should come and join them. I was so happy because it was a platform for me to actually explore what I've actually had passion for a very long time. Immediately, I left on that bridge. I told my friend and my boss then, the Baba Jebu boss, that I won't be able to come to work again, that I got a job somewhere now in a real estate company. I said, wow, fine. And back then, I was able to save up to 5,000 naira in my account. So I went to my account, withdraw the 5,000 naira, get some nice t-shirts, bend down, sell it along the road back then. That's where I actually learned the rudiments of real estate. Today, I'm a different story. But in the beginning, all I had was a dream, and it had no reality. Join me next time on the Chronicles of EVERMARK as I look back at my adventure as a first timer in Lagos, chasing my EVERMARK dream.